All right, we start from the home front. I belong to that school of thought that says that the world starts from outside your window. Well, today the show starts all the way in southeastern Nigeria, Abia to be precise, where the state is set to host the first Abia Para Badminton International Championship and the All Africa Para Badminton Championship. Yeah, the event which has gotten to the approval of the International Badminton Federation and All Africa Badminton Championship is scheduled to run from September 30 to October the 5th, 2025, as the All Africa Para Badminton Championship will run from October 6th to October the 12th, 2025. Now, the development of the scheduled sports activity was made public on Tuesday in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, by the Commissioner for Sport and Youth Development, Honorable Nwabilo Ananaba, during a press conference tagged Media and Marketing Revival of the first Abia Para Badminton International and the All Africa Para Badminton Championship. So let's give you a bit of how it went down in Abia State yesterday, Tuesday, at the launch of the first Abia Para Badminton International Championship. Of course, you know how it be, and of course, we'll bring you all the highlights in just a moment.
한 28억 정도 하셨다 하셨는데
네.
그러면 좀 대표님만의 좀
Mr. Ekoma Saba to give us the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the Second Vice President of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. Thank you.
Excellency, Deputy Governor of Abia State, Engineer the Commissioner of Sports, Mr. Obino Anaba, and the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information, they are present, the Chairman, Subcommittee on Media and Publicity, our dear partners, the media, the gentlemen of the press. I say you all are welcome. I just need to Jesus' name. It is a wonderful day for us today to have this luncheon to inform the whole world that His Excellency, the Governor of Abia State, and the good people of Abia State, and all the stakeholders of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria and the Nigeria in general, that we are ready to host the first Para Badminton Championship called First Abia Para Badminton Championship and All African Para Badminton Championship holding here in Abia State. It's going to be a very week-long event that will take us over 2 weeks in Abia State. So today, I'm happy to announce to you that you are seated, and I'm happy that all of us are ready for this competition. On this note, I want to welcome all of us It's going to be a very wonderful event because right now we have over 16 countries have entered for this tournament, and we have over 224 players across the world that will be coming to other states. It is the massive one and the first of its kind in the game of badminton in the record that Abia will be hosting the highest number of tournaments in this level. So it is a very great one. Our governor has given us all the support. The deputy governor, the chairman of the main organizing committee, everybody, the local organizing committee, the wife of the governor of Abia State, Lady Priscilla Oti, we all are ready. And we say, may we all come together to join our hands to make Abia a better place and the new place we all desire. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ekoma Samuel, the second Vice President of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you forgot to tell us that a few days ago we were all here for the national championship to the world. Right, we would have taken a speech from the national president of the Badminton Association. But while we wait for that speech, ladies and gentlemen, now invite the Honorable Commissioner for Sports and Youth Development at the state, in whose domain we are, Sir Wobilo Ananaba, for his remarks. Please, a round of applause for him.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Abia State, Engineer Tinubu, Chairman of the Main Organizing Committee, the Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture, and Creative Economy, my own brother, Dr. Matthew Breeze, National Secretary Badminton, Honorable Governor, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information, Honorable Owen, welcome, sir. Members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, we take another bold step towards history. In a few weeks' time, Abia State will host not only one or two monumental sporting events. The first Abia Para Badminton International Championship from September 30th to October 5th, sanctioned by the International Badminton Federation and All African Badminton Championship. Also from October 6th to October 12th, sanctioned by Badminton Federation of Africa. This is more than sports. It is a global statement about who we are as Abians. Hospitable, visionary, resilient, and committed to inclusion. Let me begin by saluting our exceptional leadership governor, His Excellency Dr. Alex Tomauti OFI, whose vision and resolve made this dream possible. His support has been unwavering. He approved our hosting right without hesitation, knowing the international prestige.
All right, there you heard it, and it promises to be big because, according to the Abia State Commissioner for Youth Sports and Development, Honorable Ananaba, the event is more than sports. He also added that Governor Alex Chiomauti provided funding for the project and specialized vehicles for athletes with wheelchairs to aid free movement. On the readiness of the event to kick off, Honorable Ananaba also revealed that the state government has also provided cutting-edge equipment for the tournament. And the event was graced with the presence of the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Engineer Ikechukwu Emetu, who is also the chairman of the organizing committee of the first Abia Para Badminton Championship. And of course, Engineer Emetu, in his speech, said that the hosting of the event is a statement of capacity, hospitality, and vision of who Abians really are, while adding that it is an opportunity for Abia State to show its organizational excellence, cultural wants, and unwavering respect for all athletics activities, adding that the vision and unwavering support of the governor made it possible, while also noting that sports unites people beyond borders and politics and, of course, differences. Engineer Metu also encouraged the athletes to compete with pride, resilience, and courage. And on marketing of the games, corporate sponsors and well-meaning Abians were advised to grab the opportunity to promote and invest in the games commercial-wise, as the event will inspire new generation of athletes. So a lot happening across Nigeria as far as sports development is concerned. Well, let's let you know, away from para badminton to hand volleyball, where the president of the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, NVBF, Engineer Musa Nimrod, has extended warm felicitations to Nigerian youths on the occasion of the 2025 International Youth Day, reaffirming his unwavering commitment to their development, empowerment, and active participation in sports nationwide. In a goodwill message released through his media assistant on Tuesday in Abuja, Engineer Nimrod commended the Nigerian youths for their resilience and, of course, creativity and invaluable contributions towards promoting peace, unity, and socio-economic development across the country. Well, he lauded their achievements in various spheres, including sports, technology, entrepreneurship, and community service, stressing that the energy and ingenuity of the nation's youth remain a valid driving force for Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria's future. So, of course, the basketball boss highlighting his administration's consistent investment in youth-oriented sporting initiatives. The MBVF president revealed that thousands of young Nigerians have benefited from grassroots volleyball programs across the country, elite training camps, and, of course, talent development schemes under his leadership. He reiterated his resolve to introduce more youth-centered programs and aimed at fostering education, skill acquisition, and sustainable development through sports development. And of course, through sports development. So it's a key avenue for while celebrating the World International Day for Youths, you know, and of course, doing what is necessary, you know, to ensure that youth development continues to thrive. Now, away from volleyball to one sport that I don't play with, rugby, where the Nigerian Rugby Football Federation (NRFF) is set to break new grounds in the nation's rugby development and drive with the hosting of the World Rugby Coaching Level 1 course in Lagos from Tuesday, August 12th to Wednesday, August 13, 2025. That is between yesterday and today. Now, the initiative marks a major milestone. For the first time, the program will be delivered exclusively by Nigerians newly certified in-house World Rugby educators. Of course, at the helm of all of this is the man we call Mr. Rugby and TSA Williams, my very good brother and national team coach. Yeah. We were the first generation of Black Stallions, and of course, my colleagues here in the Abuja Rugby Club. We celebrate rugby like every day. Well, it will be a significant shift from previous years when foreign trainers were required. The development underscores Nigeria's growing technical expertise and the NRF's strategic commitment to self-sufficiency in rugby education. Now, according to the Federation, the Lagos program forms part of a broader long-term strategy to strengthen grassroots rugby, elevating coaching standards nationwide, and ensuring full alignment with World Rugby's international best practice. In fact, as we speak, I think the WRA has released a handbook for intending coaches, and if you're interested in getting into the sport of rugby, you should get that handbook. It gives you insight into what it would be like to be able to coach. Rugby at all levels, from amateur to professional, from school to pre-high school to high school, and it's a wonderful experience. So the highlight of the event definitely today will be an exclusive Rugby Sevens coaches masterclass, and by the national team coach Steve Lewis, who track record spans guiding Nigeria's national teams and contributing to elite international rugby programs, will deliver advanced technical insights, more training methodologies, and game management strategies aimed at the shaping of a distinctively Nigerian playing identity from youth levels to the senior national team level. So this program is a turning point for rugby development in Nigeria. The World Rugby Level 1 coaching course is open to aspiring coaches who have not yet obtained the World Rugby Level 1 or Medical Level 1 First Aid in Rugby certification. Interested participants are required to complete the mandatory prerequisite online modules prior to the in-person sessions in Lagos. The NRFF has also confirmed that similar courses will be rolled out across different regions of Nigeria in the coming months, widening access to certification and ensuring more coaches and medical support personnel are equipped to deliver safe, high-quality rugby training nationwide. All right, moving on to other developments away from rugby to basketball. Of course, all eyes have shifted after the disappointing 4-0 trashing of the Super Eagles Team B by their Sudanese counterparts in the Chan Championship, of course, knocking them out of the championship in the knockout stages. All attention has moved to Madagascar. And, of course, Nigeria's D Tigers kicked off their 2025 FIBA Afro Basket campaign on a winning note, edging Madagascar 77 to 59 points in a tense opener at the De La Luda venue in Angola. Now, the Nigerians started brightly, taking the first quarter 18 to 14, but Madagascar responded in the seconds, outscoring the Tigers 23 to 20. Despite the rally, Nigeria held a narrow 38 to 37 lead at halftime. Caleb Agada led Nigeria's first half, scoring with 13 points, while Madagascar's Sitranka kept his side in the contest with 11 points before the break. And of course, the Tigers stepped up both defensively and offensively in the third quarter, outscoring their opponent 17 to 9 to take a 9-point cushion into the final period. And of course, Kidani was the man that stood out for Madagascar in the stretch, scoring 8 of their 9 points. Nigeria opened the fourth quarter with a 7-point unanswered run, extending their lead and putting Madagascar firmly on the back foot before taking the period 22-13 to seal an emphatic 18-point victory. So fantastic start to the Tigers in Angola as in the AfroBasket 2025 opening game. Of course, this puts Nigeria in a firm stead. Don't forget the feat of the Tigress, who went they conquered and they returned. I mean, with the trophy, and we all know the story. They now have national honors, couple of dollars in their bank account, and of course, they even have property in Nigeria. So it's a big one. It's a big one talking about Nigeria and basketball. In fact, most football faithfuls will tell you that gradually, it's not all about football anymore. The round letter game still holds sway, but somehow the sport of basketball has continued to, gradually steal points from football. And so, away from the Tigers, let's now go to the round letter game. Everybody is talking about the turn of events in in Chan. I mean, first game, and Super Eagles Team B, I mean, those guys faltered like a pack of cards. They fell to their Sudanese countertop. And the man, in fact, on certain sporting platforms that I belong, where sporting faithfuls like myself gather, there's already the chant, Sichel should not return to Nigeria. So tell me, I don't know what you think, about it. Do you think that the NFF should take a step back and look at what has happened in the Chan Championship as probably some kind of red flag? I mean, did they really, did the NFF really do their homework to be sure that they hired the right coach for the Super Eagles? So already in some circles, the chant is Sichels must not come back to Nigeria. So, but let's give you some reactions, right? Okay, Nigeria's head coach, Eric Sichel, has issued a strong warning to his players ahead of their final group game at the African Nations Championship, CHAN, after a crushing 4-0 loss to Sudan. Now, the heavy defeat at the Aman Stadium in Zanzibar was Nigeria's second straight loss, ending their hopes of progressing in the tournament. Now, Sichel described it as the worst match of his coaching career. He said, and I quote, "We have lost all ambition. The CHAN is over for us. We have a third match to play for our honor and respect, but I am disappointed by this match. It is the worst game I have overseen from the dugout as a coach." End of quote. Now, Sichel admitted that the result was made worse by the loss of several key domestic players who moved abroad before the competition. He stressed that Nigeria must improve on risking another humiliating scoreline against Congo. And this is what he said, and I quote, "If we play this way against Congo, it won't be just 4. We have to clear our minds and mentality and get ready for Congo." End of quote. Now, the coach blamed 4 costly errors for Sudan's 4 goals, despite what he described as good preparation. Though some important players left our preparation camp, these were the best players in our league. We can't play a game like that and lose in the manner we did. We need to be more focused. The players focused in the first 20 minutes. Our goal was ruled out. Was ruled out, and afterwards we made a lot of mistakes. 4 goals. Our training session before the game went well. We analyzed Sudan's team. We prepared well, but we were not ready for as many mistakes. End of quote. While Sudan now look forward to a top-of-the-table clash with Senegal, Nigeria's final match will be about salvaging pride. So you tell me, shouldn't we just pack our bags and come home? I mean, playing Congo is just mere formality. Well, even if we win against Congo, I mean, it doesn't change anything. We're coming home, right? Yeah, we're coming home. So, at this point, I don't know. Should we be worried, especially considering that in a couple of weeks we'll be playing World Cup qualifiers and Nations Cup qualifiers? Should we be worried? Because that are we sure we have the right man for the job as far as coaching the Super Eagles? Yep. We need to ask those questions. You tell me, what do you think? 0808-312-8618. That's the number to call. Remember to tell us your name, your location, and where you're reaching us from. And, of course, keep it concise. I know when we're talking the round letter game, tempers flare, right? I know, I understand. But we need to keep it on a wrap, right? We need to keep it on a wrap. So, don't forget, the number to call is 0808 312 8618, and you'll be part of the conversation. We're looking at the performance of the Super Eagles Team B at the Chan Championship. They're playing Congo in a formality game because after the 4-0 before the 4-0 drubbing by Sudan, they had lost their first game, and then Sudan just put the icing on the cake, if you ask me. So what's the game plan? What's the game plan for Eric Sichels? That's the big question now. What is the game plan? How does he intend to change the fortunes of what has happened so far, as far as the Chan Championship? Because whether he likes it or not, it's going to have a direct or indirect impact on Nigerians' expectations in the next couple of qualifiers. Yeah, it definitely will have some impact on Nigeria's expectations for the qualifiers. So, you tell me. The phone lines are open, 0808 312-8618. While we're waiting for your reactions to the performance of the Super Eagles Team B, and whether Eric Sichels should still be hopeful that he has a job with the Nigerian Football Federation, let's look at the other developments in the round letter game. Now, former Super Eagles striker Emmanuel Emenike says that the arrival of Wilfred Ndidi, Victor Osimhen, and Paul Onuachu in the Turkish Super League will boost the competition and attract more attention to the league. Ndidi sealed a 9.5 million euro switch from Leicester City to Besiktas last week, ending an 8-year stay in England. Galatasaray landed Osimhen from Napoli, while Trabzonspor brought in Onuachu from Southampton. Some moves from the English Premier League to the Turkish League, right? Yeah. Well, speaking to the press, Emenike hailed the quality and character of Ndidi, saying, "Ndidi is a fantastic player and a humble person. I believe he will add value to Turkish football both on and off the pitch." Ndidi made 303 appearances, scored 18 goals, and recorded 22 assists during his time at Leicester City. He featured 30 times for the Foxes last season with 1 goal and 5 assists. On Osimhen, the 2013 African Cup of Nations winner, said, and I quote, "Osimhen has a lot of energy. His arrival to the Turkish team will be a great contribution to the league. I wish him the very best at Galatasaray." Napoli have approved a Super League record 75 million euro deal for the transfer of Victor Osimhen to Turkish champions Galatasaray. Now, Osimhen, who scored 37 goals in all championship last season at the club, won a domestic double. Emenike also spoke about Onuachu's move to Trabzonspor, and he said, "I have watched a few matches of Onuachu, and he is a quality player. He will definitely help his club." And Onuachu had made 25 appearances. 25 appearances, scoring 4 goals and providing 1 assist in the Premier League last season. Onuachu enjoyed a productive loan spell at Turkish club Trabzonspor in the 2023-2024 season, netting 15 goals and providing 4 assists in 21 league matches. So, Emenike knows the Turkish top flight well, having first arrived in 2009 and on a one-year loan deal with Karabuspor, right? He scored 16 goals that season, including hat-tricks against India Mudu and Eres Yespor, firing the club to the #1 league title and automatic promotion. Now, in 2013, he became part of the 3rd Nigerian team to win the African Cup of Nations, the country's first continental victory since 1994. His 4 goals proved crucial to Nigeria's progress, earning him a place in the team of the tournament and the Pepsi Top Scorer Award. Yeah, Pepsi Top Scorer Award. So, he also shared, talking about the Pepsi Top Scorer Award, he shared the award with Ghana's Wakaso Mubarak. Later that year, he returned to Fenerbahce for a fee of around 13 million euros, a spell in Spartak Moscow of Russia. So obviously Emenike knows what he's talking about. Now, coming back home, former Super Eagles striker Brownie Deye has backed Nigerian coach Eric Sichel following the Super Eagles B's 4-0 defeat to Sudan at the African Nations Championship CHAN in Zanzibar. Now, the loss, which followed the 1-0 opening day defeat to Senegal, the Taranga Lions, like I like to call them, ended Nigeria's hopes of reaching the knockout stages. Now, Sichels has since faced heavy criticism over his team selection and tactics. But 2013 African Cup of Nations winner Ideye says that the blame is not misplaced. Now, he said, and I quote, on his X handle, formerly known as Twitter, "Let's keep lying to ourselves and keep blaming someone else every time we fail," he posted on his Twitter handle or X handle. "We are not good enough. That's the bitter truth. It's what you have. The coach will work with, period. And we don't have what it takes to compete on the big stage." Nigeria's loss to Sudan came, I don't know if you agree with Brownie there. He says, look, we just don't have we didn't take the best team or the best legs to Zanzibar, and that's why we got the result we got. So it's not just about the coach. Of course, there is the school of argument that said, is it not the coach that selected the players? He had time to select players from the Nigerian league to make up the team. Now, naturally, it would have been expected that for the team B, there would have been first 11, second 11. So even though Eric Sichels had come out to say, hey, look, the biggest challenge he faced was that the best players had to leave the country to sign for clubs outside the country. This is a normal thing. We know these things, right? So that was the major reason why he needed to have had a first 11, second 11 to be able, so that if there were any eventualities, he will have second best legs to be able to execute the championship, right? So naturally, that school of thought says there's no excuses. There's no excuses. But Ideye says, hey, look, we're not good enough. That as far as he's concerned, that's the bitter truth. That it's what we have, that the coach works with, period. And we don't have what it takes to compete at the big stage. So I don't know if you agree. The phone line is open, because right now there are all kinds of conversations going around with regards to Eric Sichels. And I don't know if the Super Eagles Team B don't also do well against Congo. Is it possible that will seal the fate of Eric Sichel? Because Nigeria lost to Sudan, came via an own goal from Leonard Ngege, and a brace from, the defeat leaves Sichel's side bottom of the group with only pride to play for in their final game against Congo on the 19th. So, some will say, there's nothing to play for. They should just pack their bags and come home, right? So the phone lines are open. Let's get your opinion. 0808-312-8618. Let's know, what do you think? Should we still have hope in Eric Sichel to ensure that the Super Eagles qualify for the World Cup and the African Cup of Nations? Because I mean, the games like this, championships like this, yes, the argument will be that he's not playing with the best Super Eagles players, right? Especially our foreign-based players. But the championship naturally is for the best legs in our home league. So why didn't he choose the best 11 and the best second 11? Because he should have anticipated the scenario that played out in him losing his key players, right? Yeah. So, big question. So let me know what your take is. Yeah, let me know what your take is. Do you think that Eric Sichel's, do you agree? Do you agree with Brownie there that I mean, we didn't whatever result we get in Zanzibar, that it's a reflection. It's a reflection of the players we have, right? So let as far as Brownie there is concerned, I mean, we don't have home-based players not just good enough. They're not just good enough. And it's surprising because, I mean, we've got teams that won the league. We've got teams that were promoted to the top flight. Are we saying that there are no players that, in those teams? Did Eric Sichel do his homework well? Yeah, I think that's the big question. Did Eric Sichel do his homework well? All right, let's move on to other developments. Time not really our friend. We hear that the Confederation of African Football CAF has sanctioned 3 countries, Zambia, Kenya, and Morocco, over various infractions at the ongoing 2024 African Nations Championship. Since the start of the tournament, several incidents have drawn CAF's attention, prompting the football body to step in with disciplinary action. Now, according to CAF's ruling, Zambia had been fined $5,000 after head coach Avram Grant failed to attend the mandatory pre-match press conference before the last fixture. Now, Kenya faces a hefty $50,000 fine and a stern warning for failing to provide adequate security during the last 2 matches. Morocco have been fined $5,000 with $2,500 suspended for player misconduct and failing to maintain discipline within the squad. CAF has ordered all fines to be settled within 60 days. Yeah, 60 days. And back home here, my namesake and newly appointed Montpellier head coach, John Utaka, has expressed his willingness to take charge of the Nigerian national team if given the chance by the Nigerian Football Federation. I mean, this is like, will I say the right time? Because with what's going on with Eric Sichels, I think the chances are we just might see a window opening for a new coach to handle the Super Eagles. Well, my namesake, John Utaka, who was recently named head coach of the French Division 1 side, had previously applied for the Flying Eagles coaching role, but lost out to Aliou Zubeiru. Now, speaking to a sports radio after his appointment in France, the former Portsmouth forward said he would be honored to lead the Super Eagles. He said, and I quote, "If the NFF calls me, yes, if they call me, I will be glad to come. The job is to coach the players to the maximum." End of quote. The 48-cap Super Eagles star scored 6 goals for Nigeria and was part of the squad that finished 3rd at the 2006 African Cup of Nations in Tunisia. He also represented the country at the 2002 and 2010 FIFA World Cups. So he's got pretty much of experience. But let's see what he does with Montpellier Féminins in the top Division 1 of the French League. And that just might end him or might, get the attention of the people in authority to say, you know what, let's look the way of John Utaka. What do you think? Now, CAF Confederations Cup hopefuls Jumliba AC of Mali believe an unusual incentive, brand new motorbikes. Yeah, brand new motorbikes could help propel them to victory. I don't understand the psychology behind it, but according to them, it will propel them to victory in a competition where they once came agonizingly close to glory. Now, club officials in Bamako, the Malian capital, longtime giants of Malian football, alongside rivals Stade Malien, revealed that they recently presented 21 motorbikes to their players as a motivational boost. Yeah, motivational boost. However, the gift came with strict rules. The bikes must only be used for training and match day transportation, not for social outings or commercial use. Yeah. We want our players to arrive on time, stay focused, and ultimately bring success. Now, I'm wondering, what's wrong with the idea of a team boss? Come on, pick the players somewhere and bring them. Motorbikes? I don't know. What do you think? Well, the club are no strangers to the CAF Confederations Cup spotlight. They finished runners-up in 2012, losing 4-3 on aggregate to AC Leopards of Congo Brazzaville, and are eager to replicate the feat of rivals Stade Malien, surprise champions in 2009. Now, the road ahead won't be easy for this Malian side. First, they must navigate the two-round qualifying phase, starting in September with back-to-back clashes against Nigerian debutants Abia Warriors, a team that impressed with a third-place finish in the fiercely competitive Nigerian Premier Football League. Then, North and West African dominance in the competition is well documented, with clubs from these regions winning between 17 of the 2022 editions. Right? Now, Resilience Bekane of Morocco and CS Sfaxien of Tunisia lead the honors list with 3 titles. So the big question is, can this Malian side be able to, replicate or repeat history, and also be able to do what their fellow Malian club side, Stade Malien, did by winning the CAF Confederations Cup in 2009? Big question, big question. All right, as we wrap up tonight's edition of Sports Lounge, Rangers manager Russell Martin has admitted striker Cyril Dresser's injury looks nasty. Yeah, nasty. After the Super Eagles forward left the pitch in discomfort during Tuesday's Champions League qualifier against Victoria Pelzen, the 29-year-old almost required a stretcher before being helped off and was later seen wearing a brace on his knee. Now, Rangers lost the second leg 1-0 at the Dolsan Arena, but progressed to the next round of qualifying, where they will face Club Brugge. Now, yes, it looks like a nasty one, so he is in a brace now, Martin told. And see, yeah, we will keep our fingers crossed, and it's not too bad for a big man. Well, the Scottish side passage through came despite a performance that left Martin unimpressed. I am disappointed we lost, and I am disappointed with how many chances we gave up, said the 39-year-old coach, and I think so much of it comes from just being so loose with the ball. We were playing against a team that had nothing to lose, who really committed to many numbers, 4 on the top line with a heavy press. We played through the press a lot in the first half, got into their final third a lot, then just turned the ball over. Looking ahead to next week's tie against Club Brugge, Martin stressed the need for greater care in possession. All right, this is where we draw the curtains on today's edition of Sports Lounge. Trust me to be back tomorrow. Trust us, as always, we got our ears to the ground and our searchlight beamed on all the developments as far as the round letter game is concerned. The new Premier League season is finally here, and it promises plenty of drama. Defending champions Liverpool have spent big, but they are not the only ones making moves, with Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United all securing key signings. The question remains, could this be Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's year? Well, let's give you a preview to what to expect the start of the English Premier League. I am out.
The Premier League is back, and after a summer of record moves, squad rebuilds and manager shake-ups, we're ready and raring to go.
That's a stunner! Fernandes, Saka! Whoa, what a finish that is!
Here are 15 things you need to know ahead of the new season.